Bum, 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 bum. Alrighty, hello, and welcome everybody to, well, we'll see. It's going to be fantastic dinosaur action tonight. A little bit later than I was hoping to start. I actually fell asleep in my daughter's bed. It is very comfortable. She is great at snuggling, but you can get warm and fuzzy when you use Pick Your Poison. Man, this is going to do the trick against Vein Ripper. We'll get into that very scary card in just one brief second. Once I move myself over a little bit, my oh my. I hope some of you guys caught the fantastic action from the recent Pioneer Pro Tour, whatever it was. It was a big tournament. The famous people playing it, and Vein Ripper, specifically Rakdos Vampires, was well, that was quite rough indeed. I didn't have a list queued up for Rakdos Vampires, which I guess would probably be a good idea, but with the new painful edition, we'll look at it quickly. All right, yeah, there it is. Vein Ripper, 3 black, black, black. Flying ward. Sacrifice a creature. Think about that. That's not a pretty sight. I was actually thinking of removal and options that couldn't be countered. I'd target it. I'd choose not to sacrifice a creature. My removal would attempt to be countered, but it would have that clause, and I just realized I didn't move over my chat, so bear with me 1 second. Usually I'm pretty good at that. Getting it over to my secondary monitor here. Almost there. Okay, we're rolling. Back to the Vein Ripper. Rakdos Vampires is painful. Sorin, sometimes, oftentimes, maybe a little bit too often, Sorin comes down, Vampire Planeswalker, on turn 3, and he uses his ability, -3, to put a vampire from his hand onto the battlefield. So turn 3, they put this vampire onto the battlefield, and, well, chances are the removal you have, you can't target it. You may not have a creature that early, and certainly with this particular list of Stampede Dinos, that is the case. Sadly. Arboreal Grazer, I mean, that could be down, but the opponent could likely use removal on it, so it might be quite a few turns until I have something, which is a little bit unfortunate. I might have to tweak things naturally just to have some earlier bodies, something with reach and death touch, potentially to at least buy some time. Yeah, painful. We'll see what is the best option for me to deal with this card, because I think it is going to stick around, and Rakdos Vampires in general. Oh, and the icing on the cake. Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and they gain 2 life. That just starts to tick up and up and up. Painful, but we're going to mend that pain with Pick Your Poison. Why is that the pick tonight, at least for me? Well, it's 1 green, it's in my colors, which seems quite fantastic. It has all these different modes, so it's not super specific. It is a little bit rough starting off with it. I don't have to, but I want to at least have an option, a good option. That final mode there. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Boom. Perfect. There we go. Turn 3, they drop the Vein Ripper. Maybe it comes back to my turn 3 or my turn 4, whenever it is. For 1 green, the Vein Ripper sacrificed. Dead. There you go. You can't really ask for any better removal than that. It could be some sort of mass exile effect. Extinction event actually would potentially be pretty good against the Vein Ripper. I was thinking about that today, but I settled on Pick Your Poison because also it takes out the opponent's damping sphere, which a lot of Rakdos Vampires seem to use, and I had an actual Vampire's opponent bring it in against me. Then I got to use Pick Your Poison to destroy the artifact. I still lost that particular match, sadly, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. Whew. Are we make an opponent sacrifice an enchantment? There's a very good and real possibility that pick your poison will at least get rid of something on the opponent's side. And speaking of getting rid of something, Hornet Queen, back in. It's a bunch of bodies, they're all death touch, they're flying. It is a lot of bodies that would die. Keep in mind Vein Ripper there with its ability. Whenever a creature dies, we lose 2. That's not a pretty sight, not at all. But we'll see. Flying and death touch, at least it means the Vein Ripper won't be attacking us, I would imagine, since we can simply block with that 1/1 insect. Beautiful stuff indeed. Getting a bunch of notification. Oh, good likes. Yeah. Okay. Back in business. The game plan is the same with Galta Stampede Tart consistently, stably getting there with Castle Garenbrig, Sunken Citadel, activating its ability. As always, that part hasn't changed, and very consistently still. With Sylvan Scrying, Commune, Nurturing Bristleback, all that lovely stuff, it continues to be amazing. But like I said, maybe I'll switch some of these out. Something for even more hate, better hate for that Vein Ripper set. Oh, I almost clicked on it. Sideboard wise, Culling Ritual, I'm still in for aggressive stuff, but I don't think aggressive stuff will be maybe too common. I think it is going to be the Vein Ripper. I'd be surprised if I didn't face Rakdos Vampires much tonight. And Up the Beanstalk as well. It wasn't always in for the past few days. I wasn't using it, and I kind of want to start out with it. We'll see. I was thinking Up the Beanstalk instead of the Hornet Queen. I did it again. I got back to loving Up the Beanstalk's card draw, just in general, and just starting out with Up the Beanstalk. It kept feeling good. Whenever I saw it, it would help me draw closer to everything else, and eventually I would play a costly thing and draw. It felt like a lovely help. So definitely back in. And Tranix Rex, it's been a long time, I must say, since I've started without Tranix Rex. If I face off against control, it comes in. Tranix Rex in, Hornet Queen out, or likely pick your poison. But if it's control, pick your poison out, Beanstalk, Tranix Rex in, Hornet Queen out. Pretty simple and straightforward. Finishing things off with a couple Roiling Vortex for life gain hate. Amalia, Explore if we face it, or Quintorius combo. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a little bit rough. Some slight tweaks, but of course we can do some very painful things. We have kind of 8 cards that can help against the Vein Ripper to start. I think that's going to give us a pretty decent fighting chance. Yeah, who knows? Ooh, maybe it's going to be a dinosaur opponent, finally. Again. Ugh. I can work with that. Hopefully it's not a Thoughtseize to get rid of Commune, but Commune off the Sunken to grab the 2 lands. I've got Pick Your Poison, that's the main thing. Plus, Hornet Queen, I've dealt with a lot worse. It certainly could have been worse. This is not the best thing in the world, but hey, there you go. They didn't Thoughtseize. If they had it, they're going to be kicking themselves, kind of. Still, not the second land. That is very, very unfortunate. It's got to be coming up at some point here. Greasefang, maybe. Okay. Well, that's all right. Kind of. It would be nice if Pick Your Poison was instant speed, but maybe that would be a little bit too good. When they get the vehicle out of the graveyard, oh my god, painful. Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it. Hornet Queen is out of there. Oh, this is not the best start ever, but it can't always be the best. You have to have some painful moments, and sometimes those moments are live. Still having a good time. Happy to be playing this as always. Fortunately, we didn't face that Greasefang on turn 3. Everything just lining up. Ugh. Now I'm just curious at this point. When will I get my second land? Yeah. Statistically speaking, Cloaked Phantom with 18, you should see 2 in every variation of 7 cards. Draw into the second one by this point. Yeah. Guess pick your poison. We'll go. I'm not 11 cards in. Remember, I sent 4 to the bottom, so I'm actually a third of the way. No, a quarter. I'm a quarter of the way through the deck. 49 minus 4. I've seen 15 cards, and I've only seen 1 land. If you extrapolate that out, it's like I have 4 lands in my deck. I saw a quarter of the lands, a quarter of it. Okay. Well, hey, Essica's Chariot, they have to sacrifice it. That's not completely terrible. It could be worse. Well, it can't be much worse than this, but back-to-back Sylvan Scryings. Ooh. Or they just play Greasefang. They get to... Okay, but they don't. Odd. Well, it's still got to be Greasefang, I would imagine. I mean, if I pull this off, of course, that would be the best of the best. But I don't think it's going to happen. That is strictly for... Oh! Whoa! Sylvan Scrying. This is not a 0% chance. Keep in mind, this is not great. This is just... Yeah. When you see something bad, just remember, it's not a 0% chance. There always was a chance this could happen. And, hey, at least it's interesting. You got to admit, it's pretty interesting. Oh darn, I feel so bad. It's not like I don't feel bad already. Oh shucks. Man, that really put the nail in the coffin. I'm never playing this game again. I'm gonna rage quit. Oh, shoot. Greasefang is, flying. Odd. Well, they finally got the job done. It took them quite a while. Okay. Well, let's see if I can do a little bit better. Maybe I should add like 24 lands or something. But when you go by the statistics, 18, technically you need 17 to sort of guarantee seeing 2 lands in the opening hand. If I see 2, I go Sylvan to get the third. Oftentimes it's 3, or I draw the third one by turn 3. Commune, Arboreal Grazer, as it continues to happen. But yeah, Greasefang, what do I want to do? Well, definitely Hornet Queen, absolutely. You can imagine having just a swarm of flying creatures, good against the Vein Ripper, good against decks with a lot of bodies. It has been nice, and it should be nice here. But pick your poison, not doing too much. Of course, it could get rid of an artifact, but not at instant speed. We can't respond to Greasefang, crewing something. There is things you can do at instant speed to exile an artifact, something like that. I'm going to have to keep those in mind. But Tranix Rex, maybe. Up the Beanstalk, possibly. I think up the Beanstalk. Culling Ritual could be quite fantastic, but this Greasefang opponent, as always, they can get that big vehicle cheated out on turn 3. It might not matter anyways. I'll just go with the Beanstalk to draw into stuff. Okay. Flashbacks. Not happening. Well, it's also not a very good hand with just a Sunken and a Arboreal Grazer. Oh, okay. Eventually I gotta get a hand with two lands. Okay, we got it. Oh my goodness, it only took 2 games, multiple mulligans across those 2 games. Oh, this is like, beautiful. I think it's got to be Hornet Queen, unfortunately. You know what? I feel like sending Nurturing Bristleback back to the bottom. Castle Garenbrig, it wouldn't have allowed for 2 mana untapped on turn 2. Anyways, Arboreal Commune's gone. I thought they would get rid of Arboreal Grazer, but Commune with they goofed up. They goofed up. Commune, if I can get a land that's untapped, that would have been nice. That's okay, as long as they don't have another Thoughtseize. Grazer, Castle, Sunken. It could be going downhill for this. Oh my goodness, it is going downhill for this opponent. Yeah, let's get a Cavern. Play the Castle, Grazer, and look, I can make 6 on turn 3. Well, turn 4, but completely night and day. What? Wow. That's pretty good. Celestis, hey, it does help eventually get to Palani's Hatcher. That's not nothing. Now, I can make 6, 7. I could play that Hornet Queen. Hopefully, I draw it. Might as well have the Grazer block. Save myself from taking 4 damage. That could make a pretty big difference. Ooh, that's... Well, it's not Hornet Queen, but at least I have a body down. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy how it works. Game to game. You never know. Certainly not attacking with that 3/3. They would just tap those 2 kitties and make Esika's Chariot into a 4/4. Hopefully they don't get too much in the graveyard, but I got some bodies. I can block, and Greasefang being 3 toughness could potentially trade with that Dinosaur, which it won't. I'll take Esika's Chariot once. We'll do it once, just because I want to preserve Palani's. They'd get Esika's Chariot back anyways next turn. Wow, okay, well. I need to do the Celestis. I need to see if I get something better than a Stomping Ground. I'm going to try. Okay, that could be alright. I don't need a land at this point, so turning Stomping Ground into an Arboreal Grazer at the very least is, well, it's not nothing. Crazy how flooded we can get, though. Yeah. Should be okay to apply a little bit of pressure. Not too worried about what they'll do. Being at 17, Grazer blocking some vehicle that could be flying-ish. Start to chip away a little bit. Even though it's going to be an uphill battle. Facing off against... Okay. Palani's Hatcher is gone. Absolutely. I would imagine Greasefang is crewing Sky Sovereign. Huh. I figured that's what they would do. Well, Underground Mortuary is not going to do the trick. Okay. Completely flooded. You'd think I was using 16 lands, perhaps that first game. And then just super flooded. Maybe I'm using 24. Something like that. Well, it's one for the books. Probably the most wildly different 2 games I've had in a long, long time. But we've got it out for you-know-what. Rakdos Vampires has to be coming up. I would imagine. It's got to be. Maybe just using 4 Pick Your Poison. Fantastic removal for that Vein Ripper. Scares it away. Simply, okay, well, I mean, I could risk it. 2 chances to see the second land by turn 2. Go off with Sylvan or nurturing. Okay, that's better. Yeah. But no, grab plaниes. Let's go. Turn 1, hopefully Grazer. Good. We name Beast. Lovely stuff. Grazer gets Castle Garenbrig down. It opens up the possibility for Sylvan Scrying on turn 2. Or Commune digs for our 3rd land. Then we play Sylvan. We search for Sunken. Oh, Dimir can... Oh, speaking of Sunken Citadel. Well. The question becomes, do I search for another one? I think they have a counter spell, so see if it gets burnt on Commune. Maybe it won't. I think it's the least threatening thing. If they have a counter spell, I feel that... Okay. There we go. Whatever we were going to play was going to get answered. Sylvan Scrying would rather use to grab the Sunken, so hopefully they spend some of their mana. Try for the Celestis. I imagine things continue to get countered, but Sylvan Scrying is going to possibly be the most important thing to resolve eventually at some point here. Hopefully the Celestis resolving means I could go with Sylvan, or it means the opponent doesn't actually have a counterspell at this point. Or they play Sheoldred. Or they don't. Nah. Okay. Here goes nothing. Don't counter. No counter. Don't do it. Oh boy. Oh, they let it happen. My, oh my. Okay. Well, it could be possibly all over next turn. We'll see. I can make 8. 2 Sunkens and Castle is 6. Cavern is 7. Celestis 8. If I draw some Dino, they might die. If they spend their mana. Watch out. Let's keep testing the waters. I certainly could have done my thing, but they have so much mana, I think they would have interrupted it somehow, some way. Tishana's Tidebinder, flashing that in and stopping Galta stand. Okay. That's all right. Maybe they think I don't have much. Interesting. They got to use up that mana at some point during their turn. Oh, okay. Should have listened to my gut and gone with Galta. Hopefully it's not 2 thought seizes. Oh, they milled so much good stuff. Oh boy. Not the end of the world. I'll leave that Arboreal Grazer there. We'll block somebody at some point. You know what? I'm going to decline. I like Pick Your Poison. Potentially. But I also like Hornet Queen. Hopefully we can stick that. I want to try. No counter. Oh, we got Hornet Queen down. Alrighty, there you go. They don't have a counter spell. And we make them sacrifice one of their Soaring Thought Thieves. Ooh, pretty good stuff. What you gonna do now? Darn. Nuts. That's pretty sweet. Hopefully it buys us time. I would imagine that's the case. I don't think they're going to have a sweeper for... Oh, shoot. You still have to deal with 5 or 4 1/1 flying death touchers. Yeah. Watch out. At the very least, I know the opponent is never going to be attacking into that little batch of stuff. Beautiful. Grinding to a halt. Man, I love Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen has to stay, I think. Oh, man. That's pretty cool stuff. They're getting desperate. Oh no. And it's also nice with Hornet Queen, the little creatures with Death Touch, I don't have to worry about the whatchamacallit. I forget. The Thieves Guild Enforcer? Something like that. Either way, rogues can have Death Touch. That's what I'm getting at. So if my creature is 1/1 and has Death Touch, I trade with it. Easy peasy. Don't have to worry too much. It was going to die anyway, so it takes down somebody else that would have killed any of my big stuff. Whew, not a pretty sight. My, oh.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Oh, there you go. Phew. Man, that was a little bit hairy and tense. And certainly Hornet Queen, I think, helped absolutely. If an opponent doesn't have a sweeper, and many of these opponents don't, I think, you get a package of flying buzzards, insects. That does tend to do the trick. Huh. But rogues, counterspells, pick your poison. Do I like it? Not so much. Not so much. I definitely want Tyrannox Rex. And I kind of like Up the Beanstalk, but we do have to keep in mind Sheoldred the Apocalypse definitely could be a very real possibility. I think I'll keep it like that. Yeah. Tyrannox Rex is going to be a good thing, but again, hopefully I get that Hornet Queen down. Man, that was the saving thing. Having to use all their removal for a single thing and just blowing it, taking out a little insect again and again. It's nice watching it slip away from them. Bouncing one of the tokens. Ooh. Love it. Love it. Okay. Is it going to go quite as good? I'm hopefully not going to miss my window again to get Cultist Stampede down. Oh, that could be. You know what? That's nice enough for me. Yeah. Underground Mortuary to start. We'll have at least enough for Sylvan Scrying on turn 2. I don't think probably that it will be resolved. I would imagine they have a counter spell, but hopefully. I mean, worth a try. At the very least, I'm looking at all the lands I need for this game, so that's fine by me. Well, I definitely don't need a third one. Technically, I might, if the opponent does counter the first few. Hopefully it's not. Okay. Sunken Citadel it is. There you go. But we name Beast. And we get Grazer down. Can't be countered. It might be killed, but that's too late because Grazer's ability, it happens. Fatal push it. Doesn't matter. There you go. Next turn, search for Castle Garenbrig, and we're off to the races. The Thieves Guild Enforcers, so I was right. I always mess that name up, and I'm not sure why. Oh, they're stumbling in the land department. Beautiful. Beautiful for us. Yeah, let's search for the other Sunken. The other Sunken next turn. Yeah. Able to make, okay. They stumbled in the lands, kind of perfect revenge, you could say, for that first match tonight. Stuck on one forever, faced off against an opponent, stuck on one. That right there was, I mean, pretty consistent. More often consistent than not, but still always possible to be painful. Easily enough lands, 2 communes, 2 Sylvans. It worked out. It should usually work out, I would think. If you ever see a mixture of these, if you're ever trying this out, don't be worried if you see 1 or 2 lands. Sometimes you can make 1 land hand work. That's good. 1 land hands. Whew. Pretty fantastic if that is a potential good option to keep, where I don't think a lot of people would want to be keeping that. It does depend if you have Commune with Dinosaurs and all that good stuff, and that is instant keep. Wow. Turn 2, search for Sunken. I think we've finally found it. It is Rakdos Vampires coming in hot. That's okay. We've got Galta Stampede Tyrant, I hope. The first Sunken Citadel, the first of 2. Is it going to be fast enough? Are we going to get Pick Your Poison next turn? Hopefully it's not Vein Ripper next turn, but, well, you never know. You just never know. Nurturing Bristleback, though. We're going to do that. Increase the chance of seeing Pick Your Poison slightly. There's 1 less card in the deck. It's not that good, but okay. They didn't get the Vein Ripper, so that is a very positive thing indeed. But I do have to play something. I want to play something. Hopefully Carnage Tyrant scares away a little bit, and they don't have Sheoldred's Edict, which maybe this opponent is using Sheoldred's Edict for the mirror match, facing off against another Rakdos Vampires. Something. Oh, and they're not attacking. Well, that is not a good thing for them. That's not what you want to be doing. However, we'll set up next turn for lethal. Lethal.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, shoot. Dig for something for Carnage Tyrant. Oh, nuts. Yes, tap more creatures, why don't you? Dig for a Liliana. Ooh. And also Planey's Hatcher against the Vein Ripper is rough stuff, but that's okay. Well, then sometimes they just die. I hope. No Thoughtseize, don't do it. Phew. Rakdos Vampires, and we dodged Sorin, and the Vein Ripper didn't even need it whatsoever. And that's why you gotta love Nurturing Bristleback, because it's a creature when you don't need the lands. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Ruthless aggression!
Oh look, I don't have to do anything, because naturally I was already ready, packing the heat for this matchup. And I got the win. I didn't even have to show them that I have Pick Your Poison as a potential thing, so I could surprise them pretty nicely. Love it, love it. It's actually been a little bit since I've gotten Galta's Stampede Tyrant off, spamming and barfing so many creatures. Maybe it feels that way. Kind of does. Either way, it's lovely. Wins the game on the spot. That's good. That's what you want to be doing. Spend a lot of mana to play a big thing, or spend a lot of mana to, win. Well, that's a lovely hand too. I mean, Pick Your Poison to start, 2 lands, Sunken, Forest as the second land, Nurturing Bristleback, getting that Mortuary. Oh, 2 pick your poisons. Well, they better have. I want them to have a Vein Ripper at this point. Come on, do it. Do it. Oh, shoot. I'm really scared. Oh, darn. Sorin and Vein Rippers coming up. Oh, boy. Oh, man. That's a good thing. Do it. Oh, what are they going to play? I wonder. Okay. Oh, pictures. Okay. Well, it's not Vein Ripper. Huh. Plains Hatcher does have to go to the bottom. I guess maybe I'm a little bit too traumatized. I faced off against the Vein Ripper so often. Sorin turn 3, Vein Ripper as well. Preacher of the Schism also is pretty good. Krenko's Buzz Crusher. I was going to say Bung Crusher. Buzz Crusher. Not great. Painful taking out Sunken Citadel. But Krenko's Buzz Crusher has been painful. Not usually against me. Odd. Huh. Oh, it's an artifact. Okay. Pick your poison. Is that going to help me win? Maybe. We're about to find out. I don't think so. Hopefully, Castle Garenbrig at some point get down Carnage Tarrant. Trade with Preacher of the Schism, because well, that's also not a pretty sight. Yeah, no, we're not beating this one. Ooh. Well, I did get it. 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no. Not beating that. Too much big stuff. Keep it the same? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Still, definitely keeping with the Hornet Queen, especially after seeing Krenko's Buzz Crusher. I hate land destruction. Well, I don't hate it when I use Blossoming Tortoise, getting lands back from the graveyard. It's not so bad, which maybe I should start using again. Oh, okay. Perfect. Basically perfect. If there was a pick your poison somewhere in the mixture, we'd be good. Oh, okay. Well, I know they're getting rid of the Hornet Queen. 100%. Gotta be. Okay. Well, that's all right. We're getting there. We can make 6 on turn 4, 7 on turn 5. Oh. Phew. That's why you use a bunch of copies. Underground Mortuary, 100%. See if a Commune with Dinosaurs is on top. There could have been a dinosaur underneath, but I have enough lands. That's the thing I'm getting at. Oh, don't be Vein Ripper. Though it is the Vein Ripper. Nuts. Well, I don't put a pick your poison to the bottom at the very least. So that is a positive thing. Now we're going to set up for a hopeful and an eventual Hornet Queen next turn. Maybe buy us some time. Man, that's painful. Do they put in another one? Okay, pick your poison. You can do it. That's not pick your poison. Well, I'll play it at the very least, and maybe I could kill him next turn with Galta plus Plains Hatcher or Regis or Alpha. You never know. I'm pretty sure we are dead. At the very least, Vein Ripper probably doesn't attack. Maybe. We don't have too many more turns, that's for sure. It's pretty good. Pick your poison next turn. Let's go. I'm down to 4. Ouch. Oh, and down to 2. Oh yeah, because 2 creatures die. And I pick your poison and the opponent wins. Because Vein Ripper dies and that's a creature dying, so its own ability. Huh. Darn. Well, I took them down once, but it was during a scenario when they didn't get the Vein Ripper. I have a thing for it, and I just didn't see pick your poison quite early enough. Still going to keep things as is, although the Vein Ripper dealing a ton of damage with its ability there. Lose 2, they gain 2. If I can make it so I can't be targeted, it's target opponent, or each opponent loses life, whichever. Well, target. I remember that. I read it before. I made extra sure. If they can't target me, I'm not losing 2 life, and that would have been massive. My own creatures dying, their creatures. I think that would buy a lot of time. That would save us against pretty much the most painful part of the Vein Ripper. There you go. Perfect hand. Sunken, part of the land package to start, and 2 pick your poisons and a Hornet Queen. That is absolutely fine by me. But the question becomes, if it's a source of black and it's tapped, if I suspect a Thoughtseize, I'll go with Commune. I don't see anything, but we'll go with it next turn. Ooh. Oh, it is. I should just yeah, okay. I should just default to Commune. Turn it into a land, and Thoughtseize can't get rid of it. Back-to-back Rakdos Vampires. I suspected this would happen. Yeah. Oh, you got a Vein Ripper in your hand. You're fired up. You're ready to play it. You're ready to watch it get sacrificed. Oh, shucks. That is pretty much perfect, though. Sylvan Scrying to grab Castle. Beautiful. It wouldn't have been Sylvan Scrying if I had used Commune. I might have been able to grab a Castle Garenbrig, potentially, but our Boreal Grazer is going to make a big difference next turn. Grabbing that, we go Nurturing Bristleback to get 2 lands. We'll have to enter. Yeah, that's going to be a headache. Big time for this opponent. Eventually getting the Hornet Queen down. If they tap out, we could use Pick Your Poison to make them get rid of that blood token. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. What I want to be doing against this opponent. However, we might need a source of red. I'll get Stomping Ground just to be safe. Here goes nothing. The Vein Ripper can't attack the turn it enters anyways. It's not like we absolutely, desperately need Pick Your Poison to be instant speed. We're okay. I hope. Maybe it's... okay, it might be regular Rakdos Midrange. Huh. Fine by me. Yeah, we got our benefit from our Boreal Grazer. I'm fine. Shieldred, that's well, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but hey, at the very least, it's not the new type of Rakdos. They won't be attacking with anybody, and that's why I love the Hornet Queen. Don't need Sylvan Scrying at this point. Yeah. Let's do it. Nope. Yeah. Exactly. You can't attack with anyone. It's quite funny. It's alright by me. Yeah, I guess we might as well pick your poison. Make them get rid of that blood token. Maybe they were going to sacrifice it to search for something if they were desperately looking for something. And I got our boy Grazer to block Shieldred, so this is perfectly fine by me. I get a fly right over Liliana. Oh.
You have no power here.
I'll take it. Still going to be a little bit rough if hopefully I see more big stuff. I would assume I see more big stuff coming up since there is so much of that, but sometimes it's not the case. Another Hornet Queen. That'd be pretty sweet. Maybe they have a fatal push or something. It just feels extra bad taking out a little insect. Not the greatest thing in the world. Nurturing Bristleback, like I say. Multiple bodies, and now I do have a creature potentially that would trade with Shieldred, so fine to keep the aggression up. We got to keep some sort of aggression if we want to have any hope of getting this done. Wacky. At least I know I can get rid of Pick Your Poison. Pretty straightforward. We have, well, kind of narrow specific hate to start. Still somewhat usable probably in many matchups, but when I'm not facing off against that specific deck, that thing can be gone. Well, I don't exactly like a forest. They may be escaping possibly next turn. We'll see. Possibly could have left 3 insect tokens behind. At least having a bunch of creatures to block their creatures. Bunch of mine with Death Touch. Depending if they have some removal for my own. Okay. Well, this is kind of working out nicely. Okay. All right, we're about to find out what is going to... Oh, the Bone Crusher to block the Nurturing Bristleback. Interesting. Hopefully I'm safe. I think at least if I have 2 creatures to block, I stop Shieldred, yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. They will be able to escape, for exactly lethal with Kroxa. Close. We took 3, we have no card to discard, and then we lose 2 with Shieldred. Painful stuff, but Pick Your Poison out of there. Tranix Rex in. And we're off to the races. Simple, straightforward, sideboarding. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. That's how it goes. Pick your poison. Starting out with it. Could be not so great, for sure, in quite a few matchups, but the Vein Ripper. The Vein Ripper is a bugger, to say the least. I'd rather have something so good against that specific creature to start. I'm okay with Pick Your Poison, not exactly helping too much against other matchups. I could have it in the sideboard, but I lose game 1. Maybe I win game 2 because of Pick Your Poison, and well, they probably win game 3, I would imagine. And Pick Your Poison is only 4 cards, 4 things that would help against that deck. There's a good chance I just don't see Pick Your Poison whatsoever. But I don't exactly like this. 2 lands is pretty nice. Arboreal Grazer getting both down. Underground Mortuary could be okay. Huh. You know what? I'm going to keep that. I have a good feeling about this. I like going first. I like having one more land or one more card than I would have otherwise because I kept that opening hand. Just having 2 grazers, but also because the mortuary, it surveils. See if it's a land, a commune, a Sylvan Scrying on the top, something like that. Well, I don't need that. Not at this point. Hopefully we see it. Hey, when you don't have the early things that search for lands, you don't have to worry about it getting discarded with Thoughtseize. Hopefully I draw into it. There we go. I drew into it. Beautiful stuff indeed. Absolutely getting that other Underground Mortuary. I must say, these surveil lands. Oh, and a Sunken to boot. That's pretty decent. Throw in a Castle Garenbrig or a Sylvan Scrying to grab a Castle Garenbrig at any point, or a Commune to dig for a Castle Garenbrig. That's a pretty good position. Yeah. Pretty decent chance. Maybe more decent than this opponent who I think seems to be mana screwed. Maybe. Maybe not. Seems like they fell asleep. Play the other Grazer. That's fine by me. We just got a bunch of blockers to stop the Smuggler's Copter. At the very least, we won't be taking 3 damage again and again and again. We also won't be playing anything, but we got to see that Sylvan Scrying at some point here. Commune. We'll get there. It could change in the blink of an eye, as it often does. Oh, a double fatal push. I'm fine with that. Got lots of big things that they can't deal with, so that's okay. Oh boy. We're getting closer and closer. One more. One more for Carnage. Castle Garenbrig at any point means we're able to make at least 8 with what we have out. Man, they're desperately digging for something, somebody. Huh. Alright. Carnage, you can do it. Okay. I did get it. Whew. It's not nothing. It might be sacrifice to Shieldred's Edict or Liliana of the Veil. I'd be surprised if that didn't happen. Oh, okay. Very nice. I only have to deal with that Smuggler's Copter. I'll take it. At least I'm not hit with Shieldred this turn. Regis or Alpha or Palani's Hatcher at some point. Get Galta Primal Hunger. I can play it next turn, but I would imagine they have some sort of removal for it. Ready and waiting. Fired up to see Tranix Rex instead. Is that going to beat him next turn? Would we have enough aggression? No, we're too low. Hive of the Eye Tyrant Shieldred would just kill us, of course. I'll attack with 1 Tranix Rex. I think I should still be safe if it hits. If it can just barely live by blocking with Carnage Tyrant. I could draw another Tranix Rex, play it, kill him with okay, then don't kill him with poison. That does the trick. Maybe they don't see that they have it. Nuts. Well, didn't get it done, unfortunately. We'll get him. Next time, I'll get revenge. Maybe I'm going to break my all-time record. I probably won't go too much longer. At least another match here. But Rakdos Vampires, regular Rakdos Midrange to Rakdos Vampires, huh? I don't think it would be a flash in the pan. Eventually people will get it out of their system. They'll go back to playing other good stuff once people figure out the best possible hate against the Vein Ripper and that deck. It'll drop off a little bit, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it is going to just stick around for a long time. Love it. Love it. Definitely does the trick. Ooh. But what do we got going on here? I mean, our Boa Grazer to start. Our first draw for the game. Couldn't ask for anything better. Hopefully drawing a third land. Castle Garenbrig would be lovely. Sylvan to grab Sunken. Looks like Orzhov Enchantments though. Orzhov Orzhov, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll do that. Commune for Castle, because then I get to use Sylvan to search for Sunken. I like that instead. And then maybe we just kill him at some point. That's a very real possibility. They've only played 2 Spirited Companions so far, and I'm fine with that. Oh, man. Commune, get another Sunken. You can do it. Do it. Oh. Yeah. Man, that would have been nice. Either way, I'm able to go Carnage next turn. Maybe I draw out some sort of sweeper, potentially from this enchantment opponent. Probably something that makes me sacrifice Carnage Tyrant. Huh. Or I get the land I need. Okay. I'll have a Carnage Tyrant on top. Kill the opponent next turn. Okay, I should probably read about Hallowed Haunting though. 2 white. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments. Okay, they don't have that. Whenever they cast an enchantment, create a white spirit cleric. Power and toughness each equal to the number of spirits they control. That's fine by me. They'll die next turn. I hope. Probably. Sweep me, I dare ya. It's not too bad. Oath of Kaya. Okay. More like goodbye. Oh man, I love it. That's what you want to be doing. That's what you want to be doing. See you later. Pack a punch, chumps. Ooh. Oof. Deadly. But lots of tokens. Definitely Thoughtseize. They had lots of cheap stuff. Spirits, bigger and bigger. Power and toughness equal to the number of spirits they control. Their spirits are going to be probably just tokens. Mana value of 0. Culling Ritual. I really think Culling Ritual could be a pretty deadly thing if they get a Hallowed Haunting out early. Of course, pick your poison is also an option, but they have lots of enchantments. Each opponent sacrificing one, making them sacrifice one. Chances are they have some enchantment or enchantment creature that isn't doing a lot, and they simply sacrifice it towards this, and they save a more important enchantment. It's not like I can target it, so I don't think pick your poison is doing too much for us. Hornet Queen as well. I think that's pretty easy. Bringing in Culling Ritual, Tyrannix Rex, and we're off to the races once again. That's lovely. We get to Regisaur Alpha, probably nurturing Bristleback, but at least Regisaur Alpha. 6 green, eventually enough for Castle Garenbrig. If Thoughtseize doesn't take away Commune, I hope it doesn't. I gotta be feeling pretty bad after that absolute bashing. I feel alright. Again, turn Commune into a land, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, we're good. Even though I didn't grab a land, both nurturing Bristlebacks do represent a land at some point. Yeah, might as well. Oh, that's kind of rough. Sometimes it happens. What can you do? Alright. Sylvan Scrying. Sunken Citadel. Let's see it. Or Culling Ritual at some point. Would be pretty good. Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna do it. That could be a pretty big difference, the Underground Mortuary there. Eventually getting us to that Culling Ritual, Commune with Dinosaurs, getting to the much needed Sunken Citadel, I hope. I'd be surprised if it didn't see a Sunken in the top. Ooh, it does not. Huh. Well, I think we need some redundancy with the haste package eventually here. If I do drop Galta Stampede Tyrant, I want multiple bodies giving everybody haste, hoping the opponent doesn't pop off too much. However, I think a Culling Ritual is coming up pretty soon. 4 of those on the bottom, any of them aren't Culling Rituals, so we're almost a third of the way through the deck. We haven't seen the first copy yet. If we do next turn, that is going to decimate. Oh, the Culling Ritual. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, you can do it. That's not Culling Ritual. Where are you at? Play Planny's Hatcher. It's a thing that's the most bodies, and yeah, we just we hope. Culling Ritual is gonna get me so much mana. 6, 8, 8. I can Culling Ritual and make enough green mana to also play Galta Stampede Tyrant. That's good. I hope. I'm a little bit worried up what's up their sleeve though. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad if we get the one thing that's going to devastate them. You can do it. I'll take it. I might like that damage if I see what I was hoping to see. Which I kind of did. Do I actually need, do I get my source of red? No. I need a source of red for Regisaur and Palani. Regisaur or Palani, whichever one makes the most sense. And the auto tapper was leaving 1 Underground Mortuary up, and I can't have that. Play Palani's Hatcher, 2 Palanis, cracking the 2 eggs from the both of them. You get the idea here. That's what I want to be doing. We wouldn't kill him, unfortunately. We have to basically leave everybody like that. 3s. We should be, I think, okay to just attack with Galta. 5 creatures to block theirs. Maybe just barely living. Those spirits don't have flying, fortunately. Well, I guess they will with Hallowed Haunting. Either way, rough. I'll discard one of my 3 Galta's Stampede Terrans. Fine with that. Oh, they goofed up. They goofed up. Okay, maybe they didn't goof up and they figured it was all over at that point. I was just a little disappointed I didn't see a culling ritual. Man, that would have been lovely. All right, we got the job done at the very least. Pretty fortunate there. Kind of rough overall, facing off against Rakdos Vampires at least once. Starting off with pick your poison. Is it too poisonous or toxic to the overall deck? What I'm looking to achieve? Maybe. It hurts it more than it helps it. That's what I'm getting at. Hornet Queen, maybe that is enough help. Although that is a lot of creatures that could die. That Vein Ripper is going to ping us. I don't know. There's always room for improvement. There's definitely need for improvement with that deck popping up. Hey, that's all right. We get the job done. We'll beat them up. Have a good one. Peace. Have a good rest of your time zone. And don't forget to take a bite out of that like button. See you next time.